dresses in my collection. This is a glass, Haley. Get it together. Hello and welcome to my channel, Haylee Marie Vintage. Today I have a super fun video for you guys. I was home in Denver for the holidays and I went on a round of thrifting. I found some super great stuff, but I also just enjoyed the trying on process. I will say I think my last trip to Denver technically had like better and funner stuff to try on, but I am still very excited about what I got this round. So first, I'm gonna take you along on the ride with me to the thrift stores. We're gonna go to 3, 2 Arcs, and 1 Goodwill, and we are going to jump into that footage right now. Hello! So I am in the parking lot of my first thrift store. Super excited to see what I find. We'll see. Fingers crossed it's a good day. I always do my favorite stop first, and then I do the potentially bummer stops later, which I guess is kind of funny. But let's go ahead and hop into the thrift store. First up is this really adorable bright pink sweater with rhinestone details. I love a subtle bit of sparkle, and this will integrate well into my day-to-day wardrobe that I can just pair with various dresses and stuff. So I did go ahead and pick this guy up, but these details are seriously so gorgeous. Super excited about this sweater. Next up, we have another sweater I'm very excited about. I've seen this one on Poshmark before, actually. It's like these little rhinestone dogs, and as previously discussed, I love rhinestone. This one does have a stain, but since it's embroidered with things, I can actually cover the stain with like another rhinestone dog potentially. I might just like move one. We'll kind of see what I end up doing, but I think it's totally savable, and I also think it fits me really well, which most funky sweaters don't. So I picked this guy up. Alright, next up, this is actually on backwards. I tried it on forwards and I thought it didn't look right, and then it didn't look right backwards either. So here we are. I did not pick up this piece. It's actually a little bit too small, which is pretty rare for an 80s blouse on me, but it's just a little too slim in the shoulders and not quite comfortable, and I don't really like how it gaps at the bust if I have it flipped around the right way. I absolutely adored this wool suit from Pendleton's color. However, the cut is not so cute on me, and I don't really alter pieces that much. I don't really like how the pants look. I don't really like how any of it looks. It is just too loose and not for me, although I do really love the color, like I said. And then next up, we have a couple pieces. We have this pleated skirt that's pretty, as well as this beaded top that I absolutely adore and definitely had to take home. It fits me really well, which is pretty rare for these tops. A lot of times they're loose. And then the skirt is totally okay. I'm not sure how much I love pleated skirts, and it was a little loose on my waist. I did have some really nice pastel colors woven into it that made me tempted, but I don't think I like the overall color enough. Next up, I'm so sad this was too big on me. It is a really gorgeously draped dress, and since I don't really drape in my sewing practice, I'm always on the lookout for dresses like this. I saw one of these dresses on Redbird Vintage Box's site a long time ago, and I absolutely thought it was gorgeous, and I obviously didn't get it. And this reminded me of that dress, and I tried it on, but yeah, unfortunately it is just too big. I could have altered it to fit me, but I try not to do that too often. This one here is the most gorgeous winter fruit sweater I've ever seen. It has pomegranates, it has pears. I don't know what I'm doing to the camera right now, but it's fine. I also really like the buttonholes on this. They're really nice. It sounds weird, but a lot of sweater buttonholes are too hard to push the buttons through, or they're too loose, and these ones are perfect, which again, weird fact. And I also just thought this sweater was super, super fun. It was cotton, which is my fave. And I just don't have anything like anywhere near like this, and so I went ahead and picked this one up. Oh, this one here is this really wild open house for sale moving sweater. Clearly this is from back in the day where it like wasn't $1 million to buy a home, and you could actually wear a sweater celebrating home ownership. There's all sorts of fun details like a phone and a for sale, and it has the open house on one side and the sold on the other. It's just a big celebration of moving, and I did not feel anything about that moving. I did not pick up this sweater. I thought it was kind of a fun novelty, but I knew it wouldn't last in my collection very long, so I left it at the thrift store. Ooh, lighting's really bad here. Sorry guys, it's Colorado. It's blinding sun. Last thrift store, pretty good. Well, actually that's a lie. It was really bad for this thrift store. Like usually I find a lot more older pieces, so I don't know, kind of had an off day at that thrift store today. We're at the second thrift store. So we'll see how that goes. I'm feeling like my thrifting mojo isn't great today because all I got at the last thrift store was sweaters, which is like the one thing I don't need. They didn't have any good dresses, any good skirts, any good trousers in my size. So that's a bit of a bummer. However, we're going to hop into this one with optimism. I'm currently enjoying the fact that we're starting this with, I pulled up, I got my stuff ready to film, and then this like large group of old men decided to congregate in the parking lot in front of my car. So they're currently all staring at me. So that's really fun. That's why I keep looking over there, is because they're just like looking at me filming in my car. But we're gonna now go pop in that thrift store and fingers crossed we have a better go. This here is a really cute sweater. I don't really like how it looks closed actually, but open with a dress underneath, I think it'll be super cute. And I only have like a sparkly black sweater, so I think this will be super useful. As you can see, it has some cute flower buttons. It has a mix of cashmere. It's a really nice sweater, and I'm pretty excited about this find. Next up, you have kind of this like pastel gardeny 80s dress. I thought it could be fun, but I didn't think it was that cute once I put it on. While I did like the fabric pattern, I didn't really enjoy the cut of the garment, so I did not pick this one up. Here is impractical gown number 1 out of 2 very impractical gowns I wanted to try on. This one is a nice burnt out velvet with a really beautiful drapey back that I am really failing at showing you. It is way too long for me. I really tried this one on for funsies. I knew I wasn't getting it, but it was super pretty, and as you can see, it has just a really lovely detail to it, and actually it fit me pretty well. But after that sequin gown I got last thrift trip, I really don't need another gown. Next up, we have the second gown, which is a very impractical late 90s, early 2000s with the cutout. This reminds me of like something you would have seen on Charmed. I think it's really cute, and I did like it. However, it was way too tight on my hips. I might have been tempted to get it if that was not the case, because otherwise I thought it was just such a fun piece. But because it didn't fit well on my hips, the whole effect was sort of ruined, but it had also this really gorgeous back. I just thought this was a super cool piece, and I definitely would have added it to my collection if it had fit. This here is the complete opposite of a gown. We're wearing a very loose little house caftan. I thought this print was so fun. I really like the yoke. Like, this is just a really cute little house dress. I can see myself wearing it a ton in the summer. And it's some of my favorite colors with the pinks and the teals and the purples, so I definitely picked this guy up. This here I really liked, but I left it just because I have 2 denim dresses that I like a little bit more, and 2 denim dresses is already enough. I did really like the kind of like Western detailed buttons on this that I'm trying to show you, and I did think it was cute and it would have been comfy, but like I said, I have enough denim dresses. I don't need more. I already have a good cult factor running for me. Next up is just this kind of like basic, I don't know, like 90s sweater shirt thing and the skirt. I thought both of these pieces were okay. They weren't anything too spectacular or special, so I left them both behind. They were made of nice materials, but they just weren't for me. This one here I would have been tempted by had I not already bought that other sparkly shirt from the last thrift store. This one was fun, however I definitely liked like the pattern of the other one better. I did think the scalloping here at the bottom was really, really nice, but the pattern of the other one and the fit of it was just so much better than this one, so even though this one was super cute, I did leave it behind at the store. Alright, back to the horrible lighting. It's not really any better than I get like my frown creases that I get in the sun. Very successful trip, kind of. I got 2 sweaters and what was the last thing I got? Oh, a caftan, and then I picked up a couple things for some friends. So that is what I did this round. Actually, like, I guess arguably not that successful, but as somebody who's kind of working to not shop as much and not buy as much, this was successful. I left a lot of things there that were not practical. So we're doing good, and I will see you guys whenever I make it to the Goodwill next. Because I don't do that the same day that I do these thrift stores. Sorry for the literal trash lighting. I guess I could do this. Maybe it's better. I don't know. But it's really brightly sunny here right now. I am in front of the Goodwill. It is back behind me. Last time I was here, this Goodwill did not have their fitting rooms open. So if they don't have their fitting rooms open, I probably won't take any footage in there. And I'll just show you what I get in the car briefly. Let's go hopefully see, and hopefully they'll have their fitting rooms open. I'm pretty pleased with the thrifting I've done so far. So like I said, fingers crossed, we'll see. Wish me luck, and I will hopefully see you guys in the fitting room, but if not, I'll see you back in the car in a few seconds. Alrighty, lighting isn't really any much better, but bear with me. Actually, I think the lighting will be cool for these. So this is what I got here. I got these really cool. I got one big one, and 2 little ones of these like they look kind of hand blown glasses. I think these are really pretty. I mean, I don't know if they're hand blown, but either way, they're really, really cool, and I was super excited to find them. That's all I found, though. This was a really bad run. I think they're just really understaffed, and they aren't processing through donations very quickly, so what's left over is pretty picked over. But that's kind of what I found. That's it for this thrift trip, and I will see you back for the haul. All right, and we are back. So I'm gonna real quick show you everything I brought home. First, we have this sweater, which is not my style. Not particularly excited about it, except for the fact it is a For Love and Lemons sweater, which is a very popular resale brand on Poshmark. So in selling this, I will most likely be able to earn back my whole thrifting trip, and I bought this for $6. I'll most likely be able to make at least 30, if not 40 to 50 on it. This is not why you watch me. You don't watch me to know what I'm reselling, but I'd like to kind of show some of the ways I pay for my thrifting, and that's one of them, is when I see things that I know I can make money off of, I do pick them up. Next up, we have this gorgeous caftan. I have not owned a technical caftan, I feel like, and this one is definitely caftan, like legit caftan. I think it's absolutely cute. I love the colors. I wasn't sure about it until I tried it on, and then I absolutely adored it. So I'm now in the caftan club, and I'm very excited about joining. After that, we got a bunch of sweaters, which is not really what I need, but they were so darn cute. First up is this lovely Michael Simon, I believe, sweater. I have a couple sweaters by him. His sweaters are fine. They're not always my favorite, but I absolutely adored this sparkly rhinestone dog sweater. I liked the color. The biggest issue with it is, let me see if I can find it. And I did already try to wash it, so I now know the stain will not come out. But there is a stain on it here, which I just plan on. There's an embroidered dog on the back, and I'm just gonna tear out that embroidered dog, and I'm gonna move it to right over the stain. So that way the stain is covered, and that's my game plan for that. Next up, it's this really lovely sweater that is black and has these little like scallopy details all around it, and the buttons are also really cute. I am debating switching them out, so they might go with more things, but we'll kind of see what I decide on doing there. I believe this is like fairly modern because it has spandex in it, but it is nylon, cotton, cashmere, and spandex. I should probably do more research on the brand, but I just thought it was super cute. Next up, we have kind of this monstrosity of a sweater. It has, I believe, pomegranates on it, as well as pears. It's a very like wintry fruit sweater. I just thought it was super cute, and I really liked it. And I really liked, yeah, kind of like the Harley Quinn. I don't know, I just thought it had like a lot going on, and I was into it. It's not my normal color palette per se, but I think I'll make it work just fine. And then next up, I'm very excited about this. I should not be buying sparkly pieces at vintage shops. I don't know why I do that. I can usually find them thrifting. This is an absolutely adorable 1980s type of piece. It has the shoulder pads. It's really small. It's pretty rare for me to find these pieces that like hug my body the way they're supposed to because I'm so tiny. I absolutely love the daisies, and I love the way it tapers off here, and I can't wait to wear it. And then last up, I cannot believe I found this at my thrift store. I've done some research on it, and it is from the 40s, which is super cool. It is this little sweater here. This guy here has little sparkles, and then it has really cute little sparkle whatevers. It is made of wool. It does have content tags, which made me think it was later, like 70s. However, I then started to research this brand, which is Kimberly Knits, which has been around since the 1940s, and according to the Vintage Fashion Label Guild, whatever that website's called, the tag in this one is from the 40s, which I am absolutely stoked on. I'm so excited I found it. It is so cute. It's a really great shade on me. I love these rhinestone details. And I should have known it was older because none of the beads in it are plastic. They're all glass. But that is it on clothing. I saved the home goods to last, even though they aren't that exciting. That was definitely my most exciting find, and I just think all my clothing finds there were super exciting. However, I did find this very cute little vintage dragonfly glass. It goes with a bunch of the other glasses, and I have been into taller glasses lately to kind of like mix things in or just have some sparkling water with some lime in it or something. So I was super happy to pick this one up. And then last, I was gonna say but not least, but maybe actually least because I'm not planning on wearing these in public. It's this pair of bored mock Sperry's, essentially. I do think they are nice and pretty, and the coloring's great, but really my Sperry's have started to have holes in them. I use Sperry's as my like running to the garbage shoes. They're like ones I got for my mom when she like had worn them pretty bad, like to the point where they weren't like really publicly acceptable. And I was like, well, I could still use these for taking out the trash. So these are essentially taking out the trash shoes. However, I do think they're pretty cute. So I might incorporate this into my wardrobe. However, I don't really wear the color red. Not super thrilling, but we all need that pair of running outside the house real quick shoes, especially when you live in an apartment building. And that is now it for this haul. I do want to mention, if you enjoy my videos and my content, I put a lot of time and my own money into it. And so if you want, you could support me over on Ko-Fi and leave me a tip there. I would super appreciate it. Tips usually go over to Spooky's medical bills. And then if you don't have the money to support me, that is perfectly okay. It's been a tough few years. Definitely leave a like, comment, or subscribe to my videos to support me further. I super appreciate it. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!